Hey, Shabbat Shalom, my friends. We are all reeling from the results of the primary, Zohran Mamdani winning the Democratic nomination for mayor of New York City. And I don't believe in coincidences. You've heard me say this before. But when you look at this week's parsha, Parshat Korach, the similarities between the way the Torah describes the way Korach influenced the populace, the way he got the Jewish people on his side, even though he had a terribly corrupt agenda. He said, Kulam Kedoshim, we're all holy. Umadu atitnasu al kal Hashem. Why do you, Moses, in an act of nepotism, giving all these gigs to your brother? And he creates this whole impression that the downtrodden, that the underdog are the ones who are being beaten up. And he is representing the underdog. We're all holy. You, Moses and Aaron, you're not the only ones who's holy. We're all holy. Now, of course, that's a beautiful idea. And that's why it was so appealing to the rest of the Jewish people. They were like, oh yeah, how come I didn't get a good gig? How come I didn't get a good job like Moshe and Aaron? How come they are the leaders and I'm only an ordinary citizen? Aren't we all holy? Didn't we all stand at Sinai? Zohran Mamdani is saying the same thing. He is appealing to the interests of individuals that have learned to distinguish between oppressor and oppressed. And you know who's buying into this false paradigm? Not the people who are necessarily oppressed, but white privileged individuals who feel bad for one reason or another, who have bought into this paradigm. They're the ones who voted for him. People with more college education, more elite white backgrounds, they're the ones who came out and supported this gentleman more than Cuomo. And that goes to show how false this ideology is. It's an ideology that says that anyone who is oppressed, Palestinian people, they must be on the right. They must have the moral high ground over Israel because they're not doing as well. And in New York City also, we have to take anyone who appears as though they are at a disadvantage, and we have to give them three things. That is the most patronizing, condescending way of dealing with someone who's a little more down and out. Rather than telling him, you can do this and I'm here to support you, we're just going to hand you free groceries. We're going to tell you that the buses are for free. That does not help anyone. It not only makes the city poorer, but it tells those individuals, we don't believe in you. When you believe in someone, you say you can do better. The Palestinians, they could do better. And they're not doing better because they have poor leadership and they become anti-Semitic. And until they change that, and until this gentleman changes that, nothing is going to change, no matter how much resources and aid the international community gives to the Palestinians, and no matter how much free food individuals in New York City who could use some help. Not saying, God forbid, not to give charity. That's what we're all about. But if you want to really lift somebody up, you tell them, we believe in you, and we believe that you have the ability to take care of yourself. This is a very, very bad day, not only for the Jewish people, but for all residents of New York City. And B'ezrat Hashem, if we can see through this populist ideology, right? We're all holy, we're all this, it's just a ruse. I'll end with this. It says in the Mishnah of Pirkei Avot, in the Ethics of Our Fathers, that who is a machloket shalosh l'shem shemayim, an argument that's not for the sake of heaven, that's Korach and his Edah. When they espouse this kind of philosophy, you have to see right through it. This is just about power. This is just about giving people who are in power already more of it so they can feel a little better about themselves. Please work with us so that this individual does not actually become the mayor. But we can see through this ideology, and we can do more than just preventing him from being mayor. We can expose this ideology for the sham that it is, and that we believe in everyone's ability to lift themselves up, but also to take responsibility for your own actions wherever you live in the world. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, please like and subscribe so we can get these really important videos out to a larger audience. Thank you.